Welcome, Nana fam, to the next episode of a recorded live stream of the behind the scenes of Grandma's Gaming Guides. This was a live stream recorded while filming the Grandma's Gaming Guides for the Legend of Zelda-Breath of the Wild. I hope you enjoy. Subscribe to see more. Like and comment on your favorite part. Good morning. Let's see, Mysterio and Dez. Hey, howdy, hey. Okay, Didi, no. Didi is on my lap and rubbing her chin on the cables, of course. Hey, guinea pig. Of course she is. Okay, we're gonna run that all the way down. Okay. Blood Rain, good morning. 45 stream streak. Wow, nice. You like the glasses chain, Des, is just for the Grandma's Gamer Guides. That's it. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Thanks, Des. I'm glad. I know they are kind of cute, but they drive me nuts. But I don't remember who suggested it. We were decided on a hairstyle. We decided on bun, and then someone suggested these beads. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to do that. So yeah. Okay, I am turning this down. So that my phone doesn't make noise. Okay, actually, I'm going to turn that off right now. Okay. Trying to get the noise reduced. I got the fan going on the PC. Eventually, I need to get a microphone, but considering my 3 tutorials maybe have 20 views between them, not making any money off of them right now. Dawn, good morning. You currently making your own glasses change after the kids go to bed at night. That's cute, Des. That's cute. I'm good, Dawn. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, the punctuation not cooperating with you today, Dawn. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm just going to sip coffee a little bit. I did not edit the 4th one yet. Ended up having several conversations with my sister yesterday about my dad, but that's okay. We got some stuff figured out. Smoothie or coffee? Both. Mysterio. Typing on phone sex sometime. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Dawn, I know. I don't have big fingers, but still my fingers like always manage. So yeah, so coffee and smoothie. So cold, hot. Jordy, thank you for resubscribing. And good morning. So yeah, so I'm just starting out with some coffee. I've already been sipping my smoothie. And Chris checked in. Good morning. Good morning, Bill. Good morning. Guinea pig. Oh, that's kind of a funny joke, but a little not really family friendly, guinea pig. Cute, but not cute. The smoothie is delicious, Mysterio. I can't get over how not healthy these smoothies taste. And I keep reminding myself that everything in there is healthy. Everything. I mean, it's literally cute but not cute. I know, right, Bill? The joke. Guinea pig. Your jokes tend to not really be family friendly. Mysterio 85 stream streak. Nice. Yeah, the smoothie. I mean, it's literally berries, protein powder, yogurt, spinach, a little bit of orange juice and water. That's all that's in my smoothies. Nothing bad. And the yogurt is Greek non-fat, or not, just Greek yogurt. So really the yogurt is just adding some consistency. So the smoothie is really healthy, really good for me, and it does not taste healthy. It doesn't taste healthy at all. Yes, yeah, Mysterio. The protein, ever since I've been drinking my protein drink, protein's been better. But fruits and veggies, I never get fruits and veggies, especially because I don't really cook. I'm trying to start cooking. But I'm telling you, as a single person, um, cooking and trying to get fresh fruit and vegetables as a single person is very difficult because they go bad so fast. Like I said, they go fast if you don't look at them. You bought the team lunch yesterday and they wanted pasta. Nice, Des. Wasn't it yesterday when you were just having that heck of a day? Turn away and they are rotten. I know, right, Mysterio? Yeah, they go bad. And I have some frozen vegetables, but still, I don't know. Vegetables are rough if you're not really a cook. Oh, today you bought lunch. Okay, nice. You've been playing a super good indie game inspired by Zelda. You've been playing for hours. Nice, Phil. What's it called? Yeah, that's what I thought, Des. Yesterday was bad. Well, I'm glad you're here this morning. That means you survived. Tunic. Is it on the Switch? Or is it like a PC game? Switch and PC. Oh, nice. Tunic. I'm gonna have to check it out. Okay. I have to think where we were. I didn't get a chance to edit the fourth one, but the third tutorial is on YouTube, and I made a trailer for it. Oh, Guinea Pig just was talking about her day. She just had a bad day yesterday at her work. It's a game where you go along, you collect pieces of a manual about the game itself, teaching you the mechanics. Interesting. Tunic. I have to see. Is it expensive or is it less? Is it on the cheaper side? Hey, Katie. Good morning. Haven't seen you in a bit. Nice that you're here. You play as a cute fox. Oh, that's cute. Got it for less than $15 on sale. Oh, okay. I might have to do that. No guinea pig. No guinea pig. I need to change those redemptions. Right now, for Breath of the Wild, we're filming the Grandma's Gaming Guides. So, I'm not taking requests. I'm not doing anything like that. And actually, right now, we're only on the Great Plateau. So, work is making it hard. Oh, and I don't stream. Right now, I only stream on Sundays. I'm going to stream on Saturdays. Well, I'm glad you were able to at least pop in and say hi. I figured you were busy. I knew you didn't abandon me. Unfortunately, real life comes first. But yeah. Never. So yeah, so I got the third tutorial up on YouTube. I edited a trailer and I got that trailer up on the Clock app, and I did not get a chance to edit the fourth one, but I basically remember I think it's okay. We don't really need to go back and do anything, I don't think. So hopefully between today and tomorrow, since I'm not streaming tomorrow, I want to get the fourth one edited, and then whatever we filmed today edited. Made you want to restart Breath of the Wild, and you usually play Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Michael. The one thing I did learn, okay, and yeah, you guys have to stay on top of me. Editing my first, second, and third ones, I said now. Like every fourth word, I said now. Now we're going to do this. Now you can do this. Now we're going to do this. Now this is what happens. Now. So I need to not say now so much. So if I film a section and ask you guys how it went, and if I said now too many times, you need to say, nope, you need to redo it. This afternoon is going to be just as hectic. Oh, no. back-to-back tours and then 2 move-ins. Wow, Des. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, an update on my dad. I bought plane tickets. I'm going up north for 6 days in September, and I'm not going to be streaming on those 6 days because those days are going to be crazy. We're moving my dad. So it's like the second week of September. I think September 5th is when I'm leaving. As we get closer, I'll remind you guys. So I'll be gone for 6 days, and we're going to, my sister's going to, between now and then, try and figure out all the big stuff. We're going to hire movers. So we're going to have movers come. I get there on a Saturday. Hopefully on the Monday or Tuesday we can get the movers there and have them move all the big stuff. He's not taking a ton of stuff. It's just a small little 1-bedroom with a den. But he's got like these big metal tool cabinets that he wants to take for his train. He's going to have a den, so that's going to be his train room for his model trains. And so some of the model train stuff is heavy, so they got to take that. He's taking 2 chairs and a little table for his front living room. Of course, a bed. Their king bed won't fit, but in their guest room they have a queen bed, and that one should fit. It's not the most comfortable, but he's going to start with that. And I told my sister we'll remind him that if he needs to buy a new one, he can buy a new one. Guinea pig, my tutorials are a completely different direction than most tutorials I've seen. So I'm doing a little different style. But I am trying to keep it catchy. But I'm not, the other day you told me to go fast paced, and that is not what I'm doing. You are trying to help, but at the same time, not everyone likes the same thing. And I already kind of think you're probably not going to like my style of tutorial. I am not going fast, and there's a purpose for that. Everyone goes fast, and I'm trying to catch more of the beginners. It's more just kind of entertainment. But I'm not, the other day you told me to go quick, and that is not the purpose of my tutorials. My tutorials are not meant to be quick at all. It's meant to be actually a literal walkthrough of the entire game. But I am trying to throw some catchy stuff in there. And yeah, exactly. And it's really meant to be for the beginners who don't know anything. But yeah, so today we need to do the last shrine on, I'm trying to think what we're going to start with. I think I'm going to fast travel back to the tower. We can play a little bit with the fast travel to scope out the last shrine, because I know where it is, but we don't have it scoped yet. So show the people how to scope it out. Then we have to make our way. We already got the warm doublet. So we will, I'll talk about how you can use food or clothing, and I'll talk a little bit about how there's 1 or 2 levels. So I'm going to start educating a little bit about the environment. And then I think we'll, the question is, do I include the Temple of Time in with the last shrine, or do I make that its own tutorial? That's going to be the question. You know what? We might film several cuts when I get to the end of the tutorial. I mean, to the end of the shrine. When we get to the end of the shrine, I might film a couple of cuts, like do my so long, today we're going to cover the Temple of Time, but then also do as if I'm moving forward as one. And then as I edit it and see how long it is, we can decide if I should make it, I can decide if I should make it 1 or 2. Because the Temple of Time, yeah, I'm probably going to make it 2. We'll talk to the old guy, because the old guy flies there because we get the 4th orb. And then we have to make our way to the Temple of Time, which doesn't take too long. But we're going to go around and collect. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to end up doing it as 2. I'm trying to keep them a little shorter. The first one is a little long. I'm trying to keep them under a half hour. The last one was like 15 minutes. That was like really good. But anyways, okay, I think we're going to start. So I have to think about what I'm saying. What time of day is it? 4:10 p.m. Okay. So I think we're going to head to the tower first to scope out the last one. Okay, so let me think about what I'm going to say. Scope. I don't know where it is, but we're going to scope. And then we're going to head out. Which way should we head is the question. I think I'm going to fly here, and then I think I'm going to fly back to this shrine and then head over the mountain there. Instead of come back in around here to go through there. You wish you could explore Hyrule with no ruins restored. I know we've talked about that before, Guinea Pig, that we would all love a cozy game where you rebuild Hyrule after you defeat Calamity Ganon. I'd love to see a cozy game that's after Breath of the Wild, before Tears of the Kingdom, where you actually go and tear down the Guardians and that'd be fun. Especially if it had all the same NPCs and they were all, you know, like helping. You'd have to get certain, you know, almost like Pacopia, where they had different skills. You'd have to go get Hudson and his construction company to help rebuild. I guess it'd more have to be after Tears of the Kingdom, because Breath of the Wild, it's not the Divine Beasts and stuff are gone, the Guardians are gone, but Hyrule is not really rebuilt between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But anyways, okay, I'm going to start. Here we go. That's right, I don't need to do an introduction because we already do an introduction. Today, I'm going, oh, duh! Okay, I don't even know which shrine I'm going to. Oh my gosh. I didn't do my homework. I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm like, I don't even know what shrine I'm going to. Okay. And this is the, what's left. We have the magnesis, the stasis, and the bombs. What is left? What is the other rune? Why am I not thinking of the rune at this point? I'm like drawing a blank. Oh my gosh. So okay, Kenamut. K-Namut. How the heck do you pronounce that? K-Namut. Let's see how you pronounce that. K Namut Shrine. Cryonis. Oh, that's right. Cryonis. Ice pillars. Cryonis. Okay, how do you pronounce shrine pronunciation? Okay, here we go. K-Namut. 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 Okay, we're going to the K-Namut shrine to get our next rune. The Cryonis rune. Okay. Okay, here we go. I've lost 45 minutes. That's okay. Load. Oh, I've lost more than that. Here we go. I want it to. There we go. Okay. Hey, Anne. Just in time. I'm just about to record. Good morning. Today, I'm going to walk through how to get to the last shrine on the Great Plateau. That is the K-Namut shrine. We will there learn the Cryonis rune. So, to start with, I know where that last shrine is, but we have yet to mark it on our map. If we look at our map, we can see the shrine that we finished in the last tutorial, the Owadime shrine. Over here, we have the Jabai shrine that we finished on the tutorial second episode. And of course, oh shoot, I already blew it. That was the third episode. Dagnabbit! Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I should refer to all the past, especially eventually. Okay, I think I need to just not say which shrine, which tutorial it was. I can say the last tutorial and then say the other shrines that we are in my previous tutorials. Because I'm going to lose track of which tutorial is which. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, didn't I? Wasn't it? Yeah, 1204. 1204. No. There we go. Intro take whatever number. I know, Saltmont. Sometimes it takes me a while to get going. You know, it takes a little bit to get going. Eventually, I'll probably be like really good at this, and it'll probably just be roll off the tongue. But it just also, I'm not scripting this. I'm just kind of, it's all ad lib. So that's part of it, is I don't have a script I've memorized. I'm not really a writer, and I think for me it'd be almost harder. How's it already 4:30? Because I'm talking. I don't want it to be 4:30. I'm like just doing it off the cuff, and so that makes it a little more difficult too. That I'm just Ford. Why? Oh my gosh! I'm like looking at the time that I saved it, not the time of the day. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Guys, I have officially lost it. Okay, I need some more coffee. I have officially lost my mind. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. I've lost it. Help me find it. Oh my goodness. Roxy, I just am looking at one thing and thinking it's something else, and I just reloaded the game like 5 times because I was just being a little bit of an idiot. So on the load, see how it says 8:11, 12:04? I was thinking that was the game time, and then I'd load it, and I'd get there, And it's 4. And I'm like, why is it going so fast? And so I've lost it. I have lost it. That's all. Oh, so, okay. Yeah, I've just lost it. Hey, Darkness! Oh my goodness, Darkness. So nice to see you. Welcome. I'm just in time. I'm trying to get started on filming my next tutorial. Actually, this will be the 5th one. The 4th one is still on the editing floor. Hey, Jess. But I'm not off to a good start yet. Okay, we're going to try again. Okay, we are doing the Hey Namut shrine, where we receive the Cryonis rune. Okay. Today, I'm going to walk through how to get to and conquer the Hey Namut shrine. We will receive the Cryonis rune in this shrine. It is the last shrine on the Great Plateau. At this point, I know where it is, but technically in the game we do not. I'm going to show you the best way. We've kind of talked about this before, where we can, from a distance, use our scope and pin the shrine. If we look at the map, here's the shrine we've just covered in the last tutorial, Owadime. The Jabai shrine we covered in the previous tutorial, and the Omen Ah shrine, as well as the Great Plateau Tower. We don't see the last shrine. This is, of course, the Shrine of Resurrection, where we woke up. If you remember back to what the old man said, he said, if you go to a high place and look around, you never know what you're going to see. So we're going to go to the tower. And this is the fast travel. We've talked a little bit about this before. Once you register a shrine, you register the travel gate, which allows you to fast travel. I'm going to fast travel right now to the Great Plateau Tower. Don't you wish you could warp like this in real life? I do. That would save my knees a lot of trouble. And we wait for the loading screen. Now, the old man's just sitting there waiting for us to do what he's tasked us to do. We're going to ignore him. And we're going to take a look at the shrines. So that's the shrine we just did up there. That's the Temple of Time. This is an area we haven't explored yet. And look at that shrine. Let's pin that. Oop. I have to get my scope just right. Sometimes my little joystick can be a little tricky. We're going to pin that and take a look. And look, that shows us exactly where the shrine is. How did I know it hadn't been completed yet? Once again, if we take a look at that shrine, we can't see now that the pin's there. But remember when I've talked about the shrines are orange until you activate them. Then they become part blue and part orange. And once you conquer them, they are all blue. If we take a look over here, that's the Omen Ah shrine that we completed. And it's all blue. The shrine we did in just the last tutorial is all blue. And over here, of course, the other shrine by the Guardians is all blue. Now, we unfortunately can't fast travel to the shrine we just pinned because we have not activated yet. I'm going to take a look at the map and decide which way to go. I'm going to give you a hint. This entire area is really cold, and we're going to talk about how to manage that. I think the best path is going to be to once again fast travel to the Owadime shrine and go across the mountain. So here we go. Fast travel. The loading screen coming out, we haven't really talked about that yet. There's a lot of information on this loading screen. If you look at the right side, it shows me hearts, stamina, spirit orbs, and I just blew it. Okay, let's pause. Oh, I can always cut there. How did that sound? I don't think I said now too much. I don't think I said now too much. I really was trying to avoid saying now. I might redo that whole thing and have a couple of cuts to take from. I think it went pretty well, though. Sorry, I'm just finishing up my delicious smoothie. I'm going to drink my coffee and then 15 watch streak. Nice, Jess. That's your favorite number? Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to finish up my smoothie. I think I'm going to record it again. I think that went pretty well. But I think, okay, I don't think I said now too much. But I think I was like hesitating because I was like trying to anticipate my words. So I want to try and film it one more time and see if I can make it a little bit smoother. You've had quite a week, Darkness. I'm so sorry that you had quite a week, but I'm glad you're here with me. Have you been on one of my streams, but my new streams, Darkness, where I'm filming the Grandma's Gaming Guides? That's what we're doing. We're filming the Grandma's Gaming Guides. 3 of them are already up on YouTube. This is actually the 5th tutorial. Number 4 needs to be edited. And I decided to do them on live streams. I just thought it'd be really fun to do them on a live stream instead of trying to do them behind the scenes. Okay, so we're going to try that. We're going to run that again. Let's see if I can make it a little bit smoother. What is, there was a tornado that hit your neighborhood? Lost power, your phone died. Oh my gosh. But the tornado hit your neighborhood? I hope everyone's okay. That is so scary, Darkness. That is so scary. Wow. Wow. Yeah, see, out here in California, we're used to earthquakes. But we're not used to like tornadoes and hurricanes like you guys are back east. Oh my gosh. That must have been scary. I hope everyone's okay. Was there a lot of damage? Hopefully it didn't do too much damage. I know some of those tornadoes can like wipe out whole towns. Okay. Let me think about this again. We're going to the Hay Namut Shrine. And this is the Jabai Shrine, the Owadaim Shrine, and the Omen Ah Shrine. To remember all the names of these shrines. Okay. Just swallow. Oh. All of a sudden I couldn't talk. That's funny. Everyone's okay. The power's taking their time. Fixing the power. There's quite some damage, but not a lot. Just mostly trees falling over. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that the damage wasn't too extensive. So hopefully no one lost their house. That's the scary part. When you lose everything. And insurance finds a way to not cover it. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Today, I'm going to walk through how to get to and conquer the Hay Namut Shrine. At that shrine, we will get the Cryonis rune. At this point, we've been pinning each of the shrines as we go along. Yet from here, I can't really see any new shrines. We see the one that we just conquered the last tutorial, the Jabai Shrine. But if you think back to what the old man said, he suggested you go to a high place and use your scope. We look at our map. Again, here's the Owadime Shrine. We just finished. The Jabai Shrine we finished in the last tutorial. And of course, the first shrine we did, the Omen Ah. The tower sticks up pretty high. And we can actually see it over there from where we are. Now, we're as high there, but as you can see, we kind of have this mountain in the way. And that tower has a pretty good 360 view. So we are going to fast travel to the Great Plateau Tower. Fast travel, we've talked a little bit about that before, and we've done it once. That is what you unlock when you activate a tower or a shrine. Allows you to just warp right on over. Don't you wish you could do that in real life? I do. It would save my knees a bunch. There's the old man just sitting there waiting for us to do our job. Oh, look, he's even kind of saying one more because we have one more shrine. Now let's take a look around and see. There we can see the Omen Ah shrine we did a few ago. Now let's use our scope. Look at that. That's a tower way off in the distance that we'll have to activate at some point. But it's beyond the Great Plateau. I see a shrine there, and we can tell we haven't done it yet because it's all orange. So I'm going to pin it. Remember what we talked about before, where the shrine is all orange until you activate it. Then it's part blue, part orange, and when you conquer it, it is all blue. At this point, we can take a look at our map and figure out the best route to get over here. If you look at the map, it actually shows you some different levels. So we can see these are some mountains. And we've had some hints. If you remember to the last tutorial, we received the warm doublet from the old man. And we also cooked a meal that gave us cold protection. That's a big hint from the game that is very cold in this area. Also, if you look at the water, see how the water's a little slightly different color than this water over here? That's because the water is really cold. I happen to know that. I think our best bet is to travel back to the Owadime shrine that we went to before and head over the mountains from there. We haven't talked about this before, but on the loading screen, there is some information. If you look at the right side, we see how many hearts we have, the stamina wheels, we have 3 spirit orbs, and we've completed 3 shrines. Those are the 4 things we see on the right side. We'll talk more about the loading screen when we come back to it. Again, there's our pin indicating the direction we should head to get to the next shrine. So let's go ahead and climb up this mountain. There's our stamina wheel. Once again, as we start climbing, we can see the stamina wheel going down. We have to watch that and make sure we don't run out of stamina or we'll fall down. And if we're too high up, we all know what fall damage does. We need to avoid that. You can also jump. Unfortunately, jumping takes quite a bit out of you. Look at that. The temperature is getting dangerously low. Find warp soon or you'll take damage. And look at that. We just lost a half a heart. Oh, look at poor Link. He's cold. Here on the screen, we can see the temperature right under the stamina wheel. And look at that. The temperature is way off in the cold. There's 2 things you can do to help with different weather. This is the first actual weather that we've hit, but in the game there's actually several different types of weather that we'll have to deal with in the future. Other elements as well. Here we have the warm doublet that we received from the old man. Again, if you want to see how to get that, go watch my last tutorial. We cover exactly how to get the old man to give us his warm doublet. As long as we're on the pause screen, we won't continue to get any more damage. But if we go off the pause screen, we will continue to lose hearts. So I'm going to go ahead and put the warm doublet on. And that has cold resistance. And as you see, again, if you look at the temperature gauge, it was blinking blue and Link was shivering. And now it's okay. There are actually up to 2 levels of defense you need at times. This cold is only cold enough that we need 1 extra level of protection. In the future parts of the game, there'll be places where we actually need 2 layers of protection. Besides clothing, also meals can help. If you'll remember from my last tutorial, we cooked this spicy meat and seafood fry. And again, it grants mid-level cold resistance, a filling dish made by cooking fresh seafood and meat together. And you'll notice where it has 2 snowflakes and a time. That indicates it provides 2 levels of protection, but only for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, luckily, that is 3 minutes and 30 seconds of real time, because if it was game time, that would actually be a few seconds in real time. We haven't really talked about game time yet. That will come up in future conversations. If we look back to our clothing, the warm doublet we just put on, it only has 1 snowflake indicating 1 level of resistance. However, there's no time limit. So with clothing, you don't have to worry about the time. Whenever possible, if I have clothing that meets my needs, I will change to that clothing. But it comes in handy to have meals if you don't have the right clothing yet. That does happen many times in the game. And look, we even have some snow on the ground. So we can see from our map that we are still going in the right direction. Let's go ahead and grab another tree branch. They don't do a lot of damage, but they are a good backup. Here we have some big rocks. I wonder what those big rocks are for. Let's go take a look at these big rocks over here. And what's below? Look at that. We have a cute little bobby camp. Again, these are red bokoblins that I lovingly like to call bobbies. There's also something new we haven't seen before. See that red barrel with the skull and crossbones? Yes, skull and crossbones usually mean danger. Take a guess at what happens to those. I wonder what would happen if we actually tried to move this rock. Again, Link is very strong. Sometimes he can move things. He has to get his footing under him. It's slippery because of the snow. But if he can just get it just right. Oop, that one did not do anything. It made the bobbies run away. Let's try another one. Oh, look at that. It took out a couple of the bobbies. Unfortunately, it did not hit any of the barrels. We can actually, though, use our bow. Headshots do the most damage. Okay, now he's kind of hiding from us. We have to get a better angle. He's looking around. He does not know where that arrow came from. See how the headshot took more damage than when I missed the head? And there we go. There's the last bobby. Now remember, fall damage is not good. We don't have the paraglider yet, so we must take the long way around. I always like to go and collect the loot, as if you'll remember, I am a collector. What else do we have here? This is a different style treasure chest than we've seen before. It's all wood. 5 arrows. A bundle of 5 common arrows. The shafts of these arrows were carved from the wood of sturdy tree. Arrows are always a good thing. Let's see what loot it left us. A bokoblin horn. We've gotten one of those before. A fang. Again, we've received some of those before. Now this looks like a new weapon. A boko club. A crude bokoblin club made to clobber small prey. It's essentially a stick, so its durability is low. And we'll notice right now the sword we have equipped is level 12 attack. The boko club is only 4. However, as I've mentioned before, it's always good to have extra equipment. A boko shield, and a Boko bow. We've had more of those in the past. Once again, it's good to have as much equipment as you can hold. We haven't looked at our inventory in a while. Right now, we've actually maxed out our shields. There's only 4 slots. We have 4 shields. We have 5 slots for bows. And we actually don't have the highest bow equipped. It's always a good idea to equip the highest bow most of the time. There are some special bows that are great to use for special circumstances. And then we also have actually filled up our weapon slots. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the tree branch. The tree branch hardly do any damage, and we have several other weapons now that we can use against monsters. We're starting to get a little stronger. We still have the torch. I'm going to hang on to it for now. We might need to use that later. This does seem like just a small amount of inventory space. Guess what? There's a way to improve your storage space. We'll cover that later. Let's head back over up this hill because it looked like that was an easier way to get to the shrine. Even though I'm going in the opposite direction of the shrine, you want to head up the mountain. If you remember from the map, the topography, we noticed that it was on top of a mountain. Let's take a look what kind of monsters there are. It's a blue bokoblin, but he's sleeping. If the monsters are sleeping, you can sneak up on them. Let's see if we can sneak up on them. Do you remember how to sneak up on something? We've snuck up on bugs. Let's go ahead and crouch. In this case, even though I have the strongest weapon, a sledgehammer is not necessarily the best weapon against monsters. I'm going to go back to my traveler's sword. Personally, I like the single-handed swords versus the two-handed swords. That is just a personal preference. Everyone has a slight different preference of what they like to use for weapons. So as you see, I'm crouching. We're going to sneak up on this poor little Bobby. And I have to redo it again because we didn't get the sneak strike. Oh my gosh. Sneaky. Oh, to take off your medal. That helps as well. I've heard that before. I forgot about that. You're right. I should talk about that, huh? Okay, we're going to come back. Okay, we're going to come back over here. Where's a good place? Where did it... Let's see where it's saved. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Marissa. That's why I didn't say hi. Hello. Actually, it does. Bill, it does. It does affect. Let's see. We're gonna come back here and try and redo. I'm trying to think. We're gonna redo that whole Bobby thing. Okay. Okay. I'm going to come back here, even though that was from, we don't, because then we won't have the pin. Okay. Actually, we're going to come back here and start from there. The timing will be off. Yeah, you're right. It does make noise. Oh, it doesn't affect how monsters hear you? I think it does. We can actually, Oh, and now it's nighttime. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. What happens if we go here? I wonder if I can pick up from here. That's going to be hard to pick up from here. We've got some keys. Okay. Tag Nebbit. Okay. Oh, I don't want to get these guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Fast travel back here. Okay. It wasn't nighttime though. Darn geese. I know, right? If you've been wrong about it this whole time. If monsters don't pop out, we can actually, so I have metal attached. Actually, so do you see right under the weather on the right side? That's the noise factor. And I've got metal. What happens if we stick, oh, I don't have the club yet. Actually, it looks about the same. Salt Montes, it looks about the same. Look at that. It does look the same. It does look the same. I've heard that before, but no weapons at all. Okay, here we go. It looks the same. So 175 stream streak. Now you're back to work. Okay, Hope. You have to have something on to get the sneak strike prompt. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. I might actually redo the whole thing. I don't know if there's a good place to. It's the same. It doesn't matter. That's what you suggest. I've heard that, Salt, before. I have heard that. I've never really thought about it because I usually don't have a problem getting a sneak strike. Because usually I'm in stealth clothing once I'm far enough in the game. I'm in stealth clothing. I think I might redo the whole thing. That was a pretty good run. But see, I need to get better at finding places to pause so that I can edit the game, edit my things. I don't want to redo it all over though. That was a pretty good run. You really rarely use the sneak strike. I use it on silver bobbies. I use it on like silver bobbies to get a good amount of damage on them. The problem is the time. What if I just run out the time? It was probably because continuity manager. I wonder what time it was about when we got back to. Oops. Oh. Yeah. See, I lost the heart. Dagnabbit. Of course, I can. There's some sneaky foods on the plateau. Fireflies, at least. Okay, we're going to just redo the whole thing because I don't really have a good place to pause. I need to get better at use the parry. Or most or just smash the sword button. Yes, I smash the sword button a lot. Okay, we're going to do one more take. That take was pretty good. I have to remember to stop especially... Most of the time, loading screens I can use for stink strike. Stink strike. Most of the time I can use loading screens, but I was talking about the loading screens because I wanted to start to introduce stuff on the loading screen. Okay, we're just gonna redo. Redo. That was a pretty good one through, but we're going to try it one more time. Again. Okay, so we're going to the Hey Namut Shrine. This is the Owa Dime Shrine. Another one was the Jabai Shrine. Okay. Today, I'm going to walk through how to get to and conquer the Hay Namut shrine. At that shrine, we will get the Cryonis rune. For the past 3 shrines, we've actually had them marked. We were able to see them first from the tower and then from each shrine. But you'll notice we just have a mountain in front of us. If we think about what the old man said to us a long time ago, get to a high place and look around. Now, we are at a high place, however, there's a mountain in front of us. If we look out, we can see the tower, and that has a pretty good view. That's where we scoped out the other shrines earlier. So let's go ahead and fast travel. We simply click on the map. We're going to fast travel to the Great Plateau Tower. We talked about the fast travel is activated at each shrine and tower as you actually activate the shrine or tower. Then for the rest of the game, you can fast travel to any shrine or tower that you've activated. Look, the old man's just standing there. He's even hinting one more because we have one more shrine to do. We've done 3 shrines. So this does have a pretty good view. We can look up here. There we see a shrine that has not been done. We see a tower. That tower, though, is in the way distant. We don't need to go there yet. This shrine looks like it might still be on the plateau. Let's go ahead and mark it. Sometimes it's a little hard to get the scope exactly where you want. And then we can take a look at our map and see, yes, indeed, the shrine is on the Great Plateau. This looks like it's a mountainous region. And now we've got big old sirens. Gosh darn it, I'm going to have to do it again. Because those are loud enough sirens, you could probably hear those sirens. Again! Oh my gosh. Am I going to get this filmed today? Oh, luck is not on my side today. The fortune teller is telling me the spirits are not happy today. Okay, again. Today, I'm going to walk through how to get to and conquer the Hay Namut shrine. This shrine, we will receive the Cryonis rune. Before, for the other 3 shrines, we actually had them pinned, or we could see them from where we were. At this point, we just have a mountain in front of us. Think back to what the old man said. He said, get to a high place that has a good view, and you never know what you're going to see. There's the tower. I bet if we go there, we're going to see a lot more of the land. So we're going to use fast travel. Remember, fast travel opens up anytime you activate a shrine or a tower. We'll use that fast travel and travel quickly to the tower. We haven't talked about the loading screen before. There is information in the loading screen. If you look at the right side, there's several pieces of information. And we'll cover that more and more as we go through the game. There's the old man. He's telling us there's one more shrine because we've gotten 3 shrines and we have the 4th one to get. We're going to use our scope again. We've used it a few times in the past. There's a tower, but that looks way off in the distance. That's going to activate another area of the map in the future. For now, there's a shrine we have. We can go ahead and pin that. Remember, it's all orange because we have yet to activate or conquer the shrine. A shrine is all orange until we activate it. It becomes part blue and part orange. And then once we conquer it, it is all blue. And at this point, it's not even on the map. Just our pin is on the map because we technically haven't been close enough to see it or acknowledge it. This looks like it's a very mountainous range here. The map is actually pretty good at showing us different levels of activity. Also, if you look at the water here, it does look like it's a little bit different color than the rest of the water. I know why that is, and I'm going to give you a hint. This water is very cold. We also have been hinted at in the game that this area is cold. How has that hint happened? If you'll remember my last tutorial, we received the warm doublet from the old man. We also learned how to cook a cold resistance meal. I also happen to know it is cold. Once we get there, we'll talk a little bit more about how to handle weather and the resistance against certain types of weather. At this point, we're way over here. I am going to suggest we fast travel back to the Owadime Shrine. I know we just came from there, but it's really the closest path. We could go to the Shrine of Resurrection and come over here, but it looks like that bridge isn't done, and I think this will be a little bit quicker to get to. So let's go ahead and fast travel. And again, on the loading screen, let's take a look on the right side, and we see, there it is, 3 hearts, 1 stamina wheel, 3 spirit orbs, and 3 shrines. So that kind of gives you a little information about how many shrines you've completed. At this point, we remember because we've only done 3. As we go further in the game and do more and more shrines, anytime you use the fast travel and see the loading screen, it will tell us how many shrines we've done. Let's go ahead and climb up this mountain. We see our stamina wheel going down. We can use jump, but jump actually uses a lot more stamina, and we don't want to run out of stamina, especially on a cliff. So if you run out of stamina on a cliff, you fall down. And what does fall damage do? Not good things. Oh no, the temperature is getting dangerously low. Find warmth soon or take damage. I'm going to go and get to the top of this wall. Look at that. Did you see Link just blinked red? And we lost a half a heart of damage. Yes, the weather in this game can actually harm Link. So how do we avoid that? You actually have 2 ways to help against weather and other elements in the game. Once again, we did receive the warm doublet from the old man. You'll see how to do that in my last tutorial. If we put this on, equip, look, Link stopped shivering. If we read a description again, there's 1 snowflake and it says cold resistance. So it resists against 1 level of cold. Sometimes the weather can actually have 2 levels. Luckily, this time it's only 1 level. The other way to combat weather and other elements is food. Remember, we made the spicy meat and seafood fry when getting the warm doublet. You can find how to do that in my last tutorial. This actually has 2 snowflakes and a timer that says 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So we could have eaten this food and it would have actually granted 2 levels of resistance, even though we only need 1, but it would have only been good for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I like to save meals, especially because sometimes in the game, you don't yet have the clothing that will help you resist it. And so then we can make a meal that will resist us to get through until we can obtain the clothing. You will learn more about all the different weather and elements in the game as you go along in my tutorials. So we're going to save this meal for another time and move forward with just the warm doublet. And you notice Link is not shivering anymore. Let's move this direction. These rocks look interesting. Oh, wow, we can actually roll these rocks? Wow, that looks like it could come in handy. There's a tree branch. I'm not going to worry about grabbing that tree branch right now. We now have a few weapons. Let's go over here and look what these rocks are. If we look below, there we have a bobby camp. These are red bokoblins that I lovingly like to call bobbies. Now there's something else down there. Those red barrels have a skull and crossbones. And usually skull and crossbones means In this case, those barrels explode. wonder what happens if I roll down this rock. Now, sometimes it's a little hard to get the rock to go down. Oops. I just fell down. Dagnabbit! Oh my gosh. I just fell down. Dagnabbit! Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I can, oh man. I wonder if that rock is going to be there. Dagnabbit, do we have to do it again? I bet we can. What happens if we go up here? Shoot, am I going to have to do it again? I'm not having good luck today, am I? Can I jump up here? That's going to lose my stamina. Beep, 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 beep. I wonder where I can paste it in. There's got to be a way to edit it in. Let's see. The time won't match up, but I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we made it. Let's see. If I come over here, are the rocks going to be reset? They are. No, they're not. No, the rock did not. Oh, it did reset. Okay, perfect. It reset. I know, right? Okay, so we came here. Okay, let's go back to after we put on the warm doublet. Okay, oops. No! What? Oh my God! What the heck? Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Dagnabbit. Okay, I'm going to take a coffee break because we've been on for an hour and I haven't even gotten an entire one done. Oh my gosh. Okay. Got some good bloopers. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to go make some coffee. I'll be back in 5 minutes or less. Hydrate yourselves. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Let's see if we can. We're going to have to do this again. I'm just not having good luck today. Oh my goodness. I'm going to sip my coffee for a little bit and we're going to do it again. I did see something. You said something, Salt, about the scope. Trying to aim that scope precisely with motion controls really fires up your obsessive tendency. I know, right? Salt, I know. I want it like exactly right. And it just, sometimes it's so hard to line up. Especially because, I am older and so I'm not 100% steady. My hands don't shake, but I'm not, it's hard to explain. I'm not steady, like a young person. As you get older, you're not steady, if that makes sense. So my hands don't necessarily, I don't shake or anything, but holding my hands steady is not the easiest thing in the world. Especially my elbow's broken, and I noticed since that has happened, it's like, because my elbow doesn't work the way it's supposed to. So I've noticed since I broke my elbow too, I can't, holding my hand perfectly steady is actually very hard. So I don't know if it's because I broke my elbow and or because I'm old. Probably a combination. That's why surgeons need to retire at certain age, Like brain surgeons, they can't work until they're old. Okay, let me get a couple of sips of coffee and then we'll try again. That was so funny. Okay. 20th time is a charm, right? No, I think this is only about the 8th time. Okay, can I still load that game? Yes, I can. Okay. Load. Okay. Actually, I'm going to resave it here so that it puts it up at the top again, just in case we have to do it again. Save. Okay, here we go. Okay. Again. Oh, okay, I have the right things. Okay, here we go. Today, I'm going to walk through how to get to and conquer the Hay Namut Shrine. In this shrine, we're going to receive the Cryonis Room. This is the last shrine that we need to do on the Great Plateau to get the paraglider from the old man. If you've watched my previous tutorials, you'll remember that we had all of the shrines scoped and pinned because we could see them from either the tower or the previous shrine. However, now we have a mountain in our way. If we think back to what the old man said, he said go to a high place and look around. Well, there's the tower, and the towers are usually a pretty high place in each of the areas. So we're going to go ahead and fast travel to the Great Plateau Tower. Remember, anytime you activate a shrine or a tower, you activate the ability to fast travel or warp. So we're going to go ahead and fast travel. Boy, I wish I could do this in real life. That would save my knees a whole lot of worry, wouldn't it? I'm telling you. And there's the old man just standing there waiting for us to do our job. And look, he's even kind of thinking one more because we have one more shrine. Here, look at that view. If we open up our scope, we can see a tower off in the distance. We're not going to worry about that right now. That opens up a different area. This shrine actually looks a little closer. Let's go ahead and pin this shrine. Remembering it's all orange because we have yet to either activate it or conquer it. Once you activate a shrine, it's part orange, part blue. Once you conquer a shrine, it's all blue. Sure enough, there's our pin. We don't have the shrine actually on the map yet because you have to get close enough to see the shrine for it to actually be acknowledged on the map. That's the case with actually locations and shrines, names of things, bridges, and other things. We will learn more about that as we get further into the game. Another thing you'll notice on the map is it's actually showing you topography. So we can clearly see this is a mountain of some sort. It's a higher level than the levels below. The coloring as well as all the layers give us a hint of the different levels of land on the maps. It's actually a very nice map. Seeing as we're way over here, I don't think we should just go ahead and walk over here. We can get a lot closer by fast traveling back to the Owa Dime Shrine. Let's go ahead and do that. I do also want you to pay attention to the loading screen. We haven't really talked about this yet. There's a lot of information on the loading screen. It does give you tips and tricks. You can also see on the right side your hearts, stamina, spirit orbs, and shrines that you've completed. More things will show up on the loading screen as we go through the game. The pin we can see is off in this direction, so let's go ahead and climb up this mountain. We do want to be careful because remember, our stamina wheel is limited. If you run out of stamina and you're climbing up a cliff, that's not good. You'll end up falling off of the cliff. Do you remember what happens with fall damage? Yeah. Not good at all. So we want to make sure to pay attention to our stamina. Further in the game, there'll be more tricks to help you with your stamina. What has happened now? The temperature is getting dangerously low. Find warmth soon or you'll take damage. And look at that. Did you see that flash of red on Link? And we lost a half a heart. My goodness, even the weather can attack you in this game. There are actually many different types of elements that can damage Link in the game. Right now, we're actually dealing with the cold. If you look at the temperature gauge underneath the stamina gauge, you see how it's blinking red, and the temperature is actually in that little blue section indicating cold. Blue typically indicates cold, red indicates hot. Before, we've always been in the middle, and that indicates Link is just fine. Now, there's two things you can do to get resistance against elements. In this case, if you watched my last tutorial, you found out how to get the warm doublet. The old man gave it to us for cooking a meal for him. And look at that, we put it on and Link's no longer shivering because the warm doublet has 1 level of cold resistance. Again, if you look at the temperature, now it's no longer blinking because Link is resisting that level of cold. But you can see there's still a whole other section of blue, and there are some points in the game where you actually need 2 levels of resistance. Right now, we only need 1 level of resistance. The other way to help against any kind of elemental resistance is meals. We cooked the spicy meat and seafood fry for the old man to get the warm doublet. Watch my last tutorial on exactly how to do that. We noticed here there are 2 snowflakes indicating 2 levels of resistance. However, there's a timer. It's only good for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, where the clothing has no time. I prefer to use clothing whenever possible. Unfortunately, some areas you can't get the clothing until you've already gone through some of the element issues. We'll learn more about that on future tutorials. The 3 minutes and 30 seconds that the meal covers, luckily, is real time and not game time. We haven't really talked about game time yet. We'll cover that as well in the future. So we're going to move forward and head towards the pin on the map that we can see on the bottom right hand of our little mini map. Oh, I see a Bobby over there in the future. I also see some little strange looking big rocks. Often in the game, when you see something that kind of stands out, there's a purpose for it. These don't look like they're just sitting there. And look at that. We have some bobbies, or red bokoblins. I lovingly like to call them bobbies. sitting at a camp below. If you'll notice, there's something else down there interesting. That has a skull and crossbones. As with most things, when you see a skull and crossbones, that's you want to stay away from that. Those red barrels, they happen to explode. Now, I wonder what happens. Am I able to move this rock? Look at that. I am. What happens if I push that over? Oh, look at that. Whoa! That exploded everything. That was fun. Now, I want to try and go down quickly. The only bad thing about exploding is fire sometimes take out weapons. Let's see what's left. Oh, if we go quickly, we can maybe still get a Boko club, a crude bokoblin club made to clobber small prey. It's essentially a stick, so its durability is low. And let's see, we have more bokoblin horns and another club. You noticed it was on fire. However, when you put it in your backpack, that takes the fire out. I see something that looks like more loot flew over here. We have another type of treasure chest. Luckily, the fire didn't destroy that. Arrow times 5. The bundle of 5 common arrows. The shafts of these arrows were carved from the wood of a sturdy tree. Arrows are always a good thing to get. And let's get the rest of this loot. A fang and a horn. I see more bobbies over there. I'm not going to worry about them at this time. So that is another way that you can conquer monsters. Sometimes the game provides you unique ways to get through groups of monsters. Let's continue to move towards the shrine. And let's see, it looks like we have a blue bobby up there. I think he's all by himself. Now, depending on the time, sometimes your luck out and monsters actually go to sleep for the night. I was hoping he would decide to go to sleep so I could show you the sneak strike. Let's wait a few moments and see if he goes to bed. If you'll notice in the bottom right corner, the game time shows you what time it is in the game. That helps to indicate day or night, and that's very important for certain monsters and certain insects that are available either only in the daytime or only at night. I'm not sure that he's going to go to sleep. I was really hoping to show you the sneak strike. Let's continue to sneak up on him and see if he'll maybe go to sleep at 10. Game time. A lot of the times in this game, waiting or patience is very good. And there he goes to sleep. Look at the cute little bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and first, let's put on the weapons I want to use. In this case, I'm going to use a one-handed sword. I find that much more convenient. I want to take out my weapons first, and then I'm going to crouch, because taking out your weapon when you're crouched makes noise. You need to be very careful sneaking up on the monster. And you're going to see a sign that says sneak strike, and press Y. And as soon as you see that, you want to press the Y. It's seeing the weapon. There we go, sneak strike. Okay, and we can get this Bobby before he even wakes up. We have a new shield, and the sneak strike did not work. I'm going to try and load again. Watch the nows. Was I starting to say nows too much? Okay, where does this say? I didn't like how that came out, that whole section. Where does this say? Okay. Okay, I think I can piece this together. Okay, we came up from here. You're going to send a twerking dragon when you say now. Okay. These guys are all gone, right? Yeah, they're all gone. Okay. Okay, let's come up here. Okay, let's push this over just because I don't want it here. Okay, we were coming up over this way. Hopefully I'll be able to find a place to edit it in. I walk back and forth. I can find a place to edit it when it's going the same way. Okay, then we can actually start it from him sleeping. Over here, we see we have a sleeping blue bokoblin. When a monster is sleeping, you can use something called a sneak strike. I'm going to go ahead and change to a better weapon. I prefer to use a single-handed sword. That is my favorite choice of weapon. Everyone likes to play slightly different. To do a sneak strike, you have to, of course, be sneaky. You want to have your weapon already drawn, because if you're crouching and then draw your weapon when you get to the monster, that will wake them up. You watch the screen and it'll show sneak strike and hit Y. And as soon as you see that, you want to hit Y very quickly, right there. And look at all the damage it did. And I'm going to finish this guy off before he even has a chance to get up and pick up his weapons. Oh, and our loot rolled off the hill. That happens sometimes. But it looks like we have new weapons. A spiked Boko shield. And this is a little bit stronger shield. And a spiked Boko club. This one as well is a slightly stronger weapon. A reinforced bokoblin club made to maximize damage. The sharpened bones jabbed into it make it a brutal weapon. And I forgot to read the first one. Dagnabbit. Load. Okay. We're going to load from here again. Okay, I got to do that again. Did I say now again? Or are you just doing the twerking dragon to show me? Okay. I'm going to come up from here. That was old. Okay. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay. We were coming up from here. Hoping to find... Okay, good. It's still day. Notice here we have a blue bokoblin. Unfortunately, he's looking right where we're going to need to walk. So it'll be a little harder to avoid a confrontation with this little Bobby. However, if we look at the time, it's 9:50 p.m. game time, and different things happen at different times of the day or the night. Monsters, many of the monsters, go to sleep. And look at that. The little Bobby went to sleep. Look at the cute little bubbles coming out of his mouth. In this case, we can use something called a sneak strike to attack this monster. I'm going to switch my weapons. Let's see. I'm going to use a single-handed sword. I prefer the single-handed swords. Even though I have stronger weapons, for me, it's just a little easier to wield. You'll find you might have a specific preference as you go through the game. To do a sneak strike, we of course need to crouch. If you remember, you hit the left joystick to crouch. You want to make sure and have your weapon already drawn when you're going to do a sneak strike, because if you're crouching and you draw your weapon, it will make more noise. So you make sure you're very sneaky. You're going to see something that says sneak strike and to hit Y. As soon as you see that, you're going to want to hit it. And I woke him up. Dagnabbit. Okay, we'll eventually get this. Don't, I know, right? Don't. Okay. Let's come back over here. Cut. I know, right? Now, unfortunately, oh, I do have the bokoblin blows. Okay, the boko stuff. Okay, good. Okay. Come back over this way. Oh, wait, how is it 10:45? That's the wrong one. Load. I think this one is actually earlier. And action. I know, right? Okay. I think this one's earlier. 10:35. No. Okay. 10:30. Darn it, I didn't get one. Oh, it's this one. Okay. I gotta find the right one to load from. Here we go. It's early enough. Okay, perfect. Let's go run over here. Get this out of the way. Just I want to make sure it looks as much continuity as I can have. I know it's slightly different, but it'll be what it'll be. If we look over here, we see a blue bokoblin, or blue Bobby. He's facing the direction that we're going to pass right by. It'll be really hard to avoid a confrontation. However, if you look at the time, right now in the bottom right corner, 9:45 p.m., that is game time. Every second in real life is 1 minute in the game. Different times in the game make different things happen. For instance, at 10 p.m., some of the monsters go to sleep. And there, our little blue Bobby is asleep. Look at how cute he is blowing those little bubbles. Now I can show you the sneak strike. To do a sneak strike, of course, you have to be sneaky. I'm going to make sure, and I have the weapons I want to use. In this case, I'm going to use, it's a little weaker weapon, but I do prefer the single-handed swords. As you play the game, you might choose a different weapon as your favorite. It's just a personal preference. It's not as strong, but for this Bobby, blue Bobbies are really not that hard. As I mentioned, you want to make sure you're sneaking. So crouch using the left joystick. You want to make sure you have your weapon out. If you sneak up to the Bobby and you don't have your weapon out, he has a greater chance of waking up. So you want to go very slowly. You're looking for something that says sneak strike, and you hit Y. As soon as you see that, you need to hit it quick, as they might wake up. There it is. And so see, sneak up on an enemy and unleash a melee attack to do some major damage. And we were able to get him before he even got to his weapons. And it looks like we have some new weapons. A spiked boko shield. A boko shield made of slightly stronger wood and reinforced with animal bones. So it's like an upgraded boko shield. And you see, it is a higher defense. And a spiked boko club. A reinforced bokoblin club made to maximize damage. The sharpened bones jabbed into it make it a brutal weapon. It is a level 12 attack. Let's go ahead and pick it up. Oh, look at that. We can't carry any more melee weapons. That's what happens when you try to take it, when your weapons are full. We can get rid of one of these boko clubs. I'm going to hang on to the torch for now. We might need that. Let's go ahead and drop this boko club and picked up the spiked boko club. We will learn in future tutorials how to expand our weaponry. Amber, a fossilized resin with a caramel-esque sheen to it. It's been valued as a component in decorations and crafting since ancient times. It's always nice to get a treasure chest. Let's see, it looks like we need to go this way to get over to the shrine. Look at that. See how that water looks different? That water is actually really cold, and you don't want to go swimming in cold water. Let's keep moving towards the shrine and watch out for more monsters. Path through here. Looks like so far we're clear of monsters. And we're going to keep going. We're getting closer to the shrine. Let's see. And it's nighttime. Some monsters do come out at night. There's a chance we could see a new type of monster at night. It depends on our luck. Look! What is that shiny little mushroom? A silent shroom, a strange mushroom that glows softly in the forest at night. Cooking it into a dish unlocks the nutrients in its cap, resulting in a meal that will allow you to move stealthily. We will cover more cooking techniques in a future tutorial and learn all about some different elements and how they might help us. Oh, it looks like our shrine is over there. Well, we really don't want to jump off of this cliff now, do we? So we need to backtrack a little bit and go down the mountain. I can run for short distances. I need to keep in mind to not overextend my stamina wheel. Looks like we'll be safe going this direction. Make sure and not fall from too high of a distance until we get that paraglider. And we're almost there. And there are a couple of the night monsters I was talking about. These are actually bokoblin skeletons. Look at that. Sometimes they throw rocks. Sometimes they shoot arrows. In this case, you have to hit the head in order for it to be destroyed. One did get a hit on us, but that's okay. Now, they also do give loot. And we can pick up another bokobo. Yet, if you'll notice, they have the same question marks on these arms. A bokoblin arm, a skeletal arm that keeps moving even after it's severed from its body. It's kind of gross to strap to your back, but it'll do in a pinch. It's old and fragile, so it's quick to break. Yes, these arms can actually be used as weapons. But right now, our storage is full, so I'm not going to worry about picking them up. Let's see, it looks like our shrine is this way. I started to head in the wrong direction, but I looked at my map, my mini map in the corner, and saw I was going the wrong direction. What have we here? Darn keys! Oh, look at that. My traveler sword is badly damaged, and it broke. I need to quickly get another sword. I'm going to use the spiked Boko Club. Weapons do break in this game. You only have limited amounts of hits to get them. And look what this loot dropped from our first Keese. Keese Eyeball, a rare material dropped by defeated Keese. It's fun to look at, but it doesn't seem to have much use at first glance. It must be good for something. And Keese wing, a wing of a Keese. It's covered with very short, sharp fur. It's not much use by itself, but you can mix it with critters to make something useful. In addition to meals, you can make something called elixirs. We will cover that as well during the cooking tutorial. Unfortunately, we're going to need to go through some monsters to get to the shrine. However, it is still night. They're rolling snowballs at us. That's not fair. You do want to watch out for falling snowballs and stones. They may damage you. Lucky for us, the bobbies are sleeping. Oh, that one woke up. Okay, now we want to go as fast as we can and try and get them before they pick up their weapons. That spiked bokobo really helped us get through them quickly, didn't it? We can pick up the loot. And this looks like something new. Anytime there's something possible to get, you'll see that search button, similar to when we look at the Guardians. In this case, we got a seared steak, raw meat cooked over an open flame. Cooking it has increased its flavor and the number of hearts it provides. If we look at our inventory, this actually shows up in the food or cooked food section versus raw meat that shows up in the materials section. There's a Boko club that we can try and take, and that will fill the spot of the traveler sword that broke, and some more horns and fangs that we can pick up. There's more of those exploding barrels. You want to make sure and not break those. If we use our sledgehammer, we can break this barrel if I get close enough to it. Sometimes barrels will have loot in it. In this case, it did not. So let's head up onto the shrine. As you can see, we're starting to get a little stronger so we can get more and more monsters. The K Namut Shrine. And we're going to activate it. This activates the travel gate. So now we can fast travel to the shrine whenever we want. We go down the elevator and find out which monk has been sitting for 10,000 years waiting to test a hero. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am K Namut. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. The Cryonis trial. One interesting thing that you'll see about the shrines, if you look at the temperature on the bottom, we're no longer in the freezing. Just a hint of a little bit of knowledge, shrines are a standard temperature, and you no longer need protective clothing. I'm going to keep my warm doublet on, however, because we will be going back up to the snow once we finish the shrine. This is the last rune we're going to collect from a shrine. This is the Cryonis rune. I love that little deet, 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 deet. And there it is, alongside the other runes. Now you see there's still a place for another rune. However, we won't get that one from a shrine. Watch future tutorials to see how you find that rune. We're ready to move on. You see, and I forgot to say, okay, I'm losing my voice anyways. I forgot to read out the rune, huh? Because I was losing my voice. That's okay, we can start. I purposely paused right before I forgot to save, but I paused right in front of I should be able to find a good place to start, right in front of the door. I think that went fairly well. That was a big, long section of that. I think it went fairly well. Hopefully I'll be able to piece it together, hopefully. I started to lose my voice there. Yeah, all the talking. Okay, let me get coffee. Yeah, I purposely paused right in front of the door, just thinking in case I messed up. It went really well. Yeah, I think it went really well. Okay, let's load. No, it's not right in front of the shrine. Okay, I should save, but that's okay. I should be able to get here pretty quickly. Where is this? Oh, man. Oh, actually, load. Oh, I don't have the room yet. I can load there and then go back up the elevator. That'll work as long as I don't have the room yet. I think this will work. Oh. Okay. Let's see what happens if I go back up and go back down. The voice was good. Yeah, you heard my voice going. I know. I could hear it going. Okay, let's see if this works. I think this will work. Okay. Yeah, see, I stopped. Come on, Link. Okay, I stopped right in front of here. Okay. And now we can go down the elevator and see which monk has been waiting 10,000 years to test a hero. Oh, dagnabbit. Okay, it didn't. I think. Because I want to make sure I have. Here we go. I can just start from here. It's not introducing it. No. Okay. I should be able to cut right from here. Okay, I'm going to try and cut right from here. Let's go ahead and get our rune. And this is the last rune we're going to get from a shrine. It's distilling the rune to our Sheikah slate. It's a cute little do 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 do. And now we have the rune. Cryonis. Create a pillar of ice from a water surface. Builds ice pillars that are very stable. These pillars can be used as stepping stones or as obstacles. Use Cryonis on an ice pillar to break it. You notice there was one more space for a rune there, yet we don't get it from another shrine. Watch future tutorials to learn how to get that additional rune. So now I need to use my rune, and look, it's saying to freeze, and we see a block coming up. So we move our controller around, we can see, you see, there's some places where it's not letting me actually freeze. That indicates you're not allowed to freeze. I'm going to try and get it as close to this wall as possible. This particular wall, we can't climb. It's some walls, especially in shrines, are not climbable. The brick of ice that we create with Cryonis is climbable. As with the previous rune shrines, this shrine is all about teaching you how to use the rune. In this case, we have a gate that doesn't look like there's any way to open it. Yet, there is water below it. Anywhere there is water, you can use the Cryonis rune. And the bricks of ice are strong enough to lift up even a gate. I'm going to switch and make sure I have a good weapon. As I said before, always be careful when looking around the corner in shrines. I'm going to run up to this little dude. Oh, he's going to shoot me. I blew it. Dagnabbit. Where can I load? I need to use the Cryonis. Where does this put it? I was doing so good. Okay. I should be able to piece it in. Okay, yeah, I already have the room. Okay, that part was fine. As with the previous shrines, this shrine is all about teaching you how to use the room. Here, we have a gate. It doesn't look like there's any way to open this gate. However, there's water underneath. As long as there's a little bit of water, we can use Cryonis to make an ice block. And that is strong enough to lift up the gate. Right here, however, we want to be careful. Remember when I said, always be careful walking around corners in shrines? Do you see that little guardian just waiting for us? If you remember back to the description of Cryonis, it did say it can be used as an obstacle. So before this little dude can shoot his laser at us, we're going to get a block of ice. And I wasn't fast enough. Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Okay, and I lost a heart. Dang it. Oh, I'm trying to teach how to use the Cryonis. Okay. Actually, I think I have to wait until he's about ready to shoot his laser. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I need the fan. Okay. It's on low, so hopefully you won't hear it. Okay, let's see if I can find a good place to start again. As with previous shrines, this shrine is all about teaching you how to use the room. Here we have a gate that does not look like it can be opened in any fashion. Anytime there's water, you can use Cryonis to make a block. And luckily for us, the ice block is big enough to lift this gate. Remember when I said be careful when walking around corners in shrines? Look at that. We have a guardian just waiting for us. I'm going to switch to a better weapon. Also think about the description of the Cryonis rune. It said you can make an obstacle. What happens if we go over here? And look, he's about to shoot a laser, and we just blocked it with this ice block. He can't get to us. The ice is blocking his laser. That's a nice tool. Now we can wait for him to shoot his laser and then jump right on top of him to attack. And there we go. We're able to get him quickly, but we have to watch out for those firing lasers. This time he gave us an ancient spring. A spring used in ancient machinery. It is light and buoyant enough to float on water and an ancient spring. A spring used in ancient machinery. It is light and buoyant enough to float on water, and no matter how many times it's compressed, it never loses tension. Do we have any more enemies here? Oh, it looks like we're safe. This is interesting. The stairs are up there. We can't climb the walls. Can we lift this pedestal? Doesn't look like there's any way to lift it. This is when Cryonis can come in handy. Remember how it lifted the gate? It can also lift big, heavy items. In this case, we can jump right up to the stairs. Look what I see over there. It looks like we missed something. Let's go back and get that treasure chest. If we place a block right in front of the wall, we can climb up and jump over to the treasure chest. A traveler's spear. A spear used mainly by travelers to fend off wolves and other beasts. It's easy to hold and simple to use. Unfortunately, our weapon inventory is full. Let's see if there's anything. I'm going to actually drop my spiked Boko club, even though it is much higher in attack than the spear in the treasure chest. See how it's blinking red? That indicates it's just about to break, and it has 1, maybe 2 hits left in it. So I'm going to have that removed and get the new weapon. You don't always have to take weapon, but I always check my inventory to see what is the best weapon to take. You'll notice we have 3 Cryonis cubes currently. If I were to try and make a new one right now, look at that, it broke one. Unfortunately, you can only ever have 3 bricks at one time. And when you make a new one, it will break the oldest of the 3 bricks first. Let's see how we move forward. We're all the way to the monk. What do we always do before we activate the monk? We check to make sure we got all of the treasure chests. We see the name, K-Namut Shrine, and there's the treasure chest at the end of the name, indicating we got all of the treasure chests and we can move forward. And say hello to K-Namut, who has been sitting here for 10,000 years. Your resourcefulness is overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. And we get our 4th spirit orb. We should be getting the paraglider after this, shouldn't we? The spirit orb is a symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. May the goddess smile upon you. And his duty has been fulfilled. We have conquered the 4th shrine and the last shrine on the Great Plateau. And here comes the old man. We can ask him for our paraglider. With this, you have now acquired all of the spirit orbs from the shrines on that plateau. Oh, extraordinary! That means it is finally time, Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything. But first, examine an X on your map. With the 4 shrines as the endpoints, find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where 2 lines connecting the shrines would cross, there I will be waiting. The old man did not give us. Once again, he has us do another quest. We're going to stop for now, and in the next tutorial, we're going to finish, meet the old man, and maybe we'll finally get the paraglider. So for now, I'm going to say, so long. Okay. Because I think that's going to be a long enough, okay, let's save it right here. That's going to be a long enough tutorial, I think, right there. And it can take a bit to get to over to the Temple of Time. And I want to go through that whole story. I also need to do experiments I'm not going to do that today. I'm obviously a little bit out of it today. So we'll do this on Tuesday. I want to experiment because I'm not sure if you do the story first, if he takes the orbs. I know you can go to the goddess and pray and use the orbs for a heart. I want to play with that next time because I don't remember. For the last several times I've played, I always pray first, but I don't remember if he actually takes them if you don't pray first. So if he does, then I need to make sure and say to pray first, because I've always done. I don't remember the first time I played. I doubt I prayed then, but I don't remember if he took them or not. And if he takes them, then you want to make sure and pray first. So then we need to make sure that that's in Nana's Nuggets of Knowledge. He doesn't take them. You do pray first, Jess. Huh? He doesn't take them. Okay, we're gonna try it both ways. We're going to try it both ways. So I need to make sure and film like the first half and find a good place to pause, like right before his story. And then we're going to try it. I've just been wondering if he does take them or if he doesn't. Because if he does take them, we want to make sure that we pray first. But I don't want to say you have to pray first and then have someone go, oh, he doesn't take them. I'm trying to actually, make sure I have correct information, just like I'm trying to pronounce the shrines correctly and all of that kind of stuff. So anyways, we made it through. Hey, Wham Bam! Just in time for me to end. We made it through. That's 5. So now I have 2 episodes I need to edit. But I'm not streaming tomorrow, so I'm really going to push myself to get 4 and 5 edited today and tomorrow, so that by Tuesday we're ready to do the next episode, and then I know exactly what covered. And especially, I don't want to get too far ahead and then find out that we have to go back and redo, way back. I want to make sure, and my goal is to, and this should work. Most of the time it should work because we film on Friday and then Saturday I have off. We film on Tuesday and Wednesday I have off. Most of the time I really need to push myself to edit what we film the day before so that the next filming, I know we don't have to go back and correct anything. But that one took a bit. Oh my gosh. It'll be interesting to see how long that actually ends up being. It was over 2 hours to film just that one. And I have a feeling it's going to be like a 20-minute 20-minute thing, if even that. But Oscar goes to Nana Jenna. Yeah, I don't think so, Marissa. Oh my gosh. But I think, considering the fact that I'm just doing this ad hoc, I don't have a script, I'm just going, I think I'm actually doing pretty well. The fact that it's just off the cuff. Content creation, it is tougher than people get. Oh, thank you, Marissa. It is tough. Content creation is hard. It really is. And that's why going live is easier than the content creation. You're still down 3 out of 5 staff, so you've been busy by listening. Well, luckily, Marissa, it's the weekend, so hopefully everyone will be back on Monday. But yeah, for me, going live is much easier than content creation. But I had this idea for a while of doing these tutorials, and I'm glad that I'm finally tackling them. And I think it'll get easier as I go along. It'll get easier to do, and then it'll get easier to edit. I'm getting better at the editing. And I know Marissa was like, I could hire her. Unfortunately, the videos are not making any money yet. So if my videos ever start making money, then I could hire an editor. But I'm having fun, though, filming them in front of a live audience. That is fun. So much more fun than just sitting here and doing it and then re-recording and re-recording. So I'm glad we ended up And I don't think I said now too much. I'll have to pay attention to make sure I'm not saying like the same thing over and over. Your price will stay $10 unless they blow up. Then we'll negotiate. Well, yeah, but I can only afford an editor unless they blow up. You know, if they blow up, that's when then I can actually afford an editor. Yes, Jess, I have you guys to kind of, yeah, I thought that's what we meant. I have you guys to kind of keep me on track and see if there was anything that was really good or really bad. I know I said now a few times, and that's okay to say it a few times. I don't think I overused now. I have to see if I replace something else with it. But I imagine I'll get better and better at them. I didn't overuse it. That's good. So the next one we'll do the Temple of Time. Then after that, I want to talk about how at this point you can either move forward with the story or you can go and get more items off of the Great Plateau. Now I think we're going to go do all the Koroks. I think I'd like to get all the Koroks and the Talus on the Great Plateau before we move off, just to kind of give a break in the story. And so we'll do that. Next time we'll do the Temple of Time. And then depending on how far we get, I got to think about how I want to do the Koroks. So I need to kind of look at where they are ahead of time and think about how I want to do the Koroks and talk about how to find them. Now, in the future, and one of the reasons I want to do the Koroks on all of the Koroks on the plateau after this is in the future, if we come across a Korok, so because like on the way to Kakariko, there's a Korok like right there in the path. So in the future, I want to do Koroks as we pass them. So hopefully I can come up with, make sure we have a little way to film them all, because eventually we're going to do all 900 Koroks, and eventually I'm going to have just a one that shows all 900 Koroks. It'll just piece them together. So I got to think a little bit about how I'm going to do the Koroks, talking about the map and running around and collecting and stuff like that. So we'll just have some fun with that. But the next time we'll start with the Temple of Time. But anyways, I'm going to call it for now. I don't want to film anymore because I'm obviously not completely on today. That was more difficult than I thought it was going to be today. It was just like everything just kept seeming to go wrong. You just finished a big chunk of work. Oh, I'm sorry, Marissa. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just, yeah. I don't know. I'm tired. Deity woke me up early. Blame Deity. I was sleeping, you'll forgive me this time. I was sleeping so good, and she came and she like wiggled her nose in my face because she wanted under the covers, and it was like 6:30. And if it's after 6 and I wake up, it's very hard for me to get back to sleep. So blame Deity. Anyways, guys, I'm going to say so long. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you on Sunday for Pocopia. We're going to tackle more stuff in Bubble Basin. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. I appreciate you guys. Bye, Destiny.